Good evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top stories. Some Missourians are saying they haven't received their state income tax refund yet, and it's been 2 months since tax day. KOLR10's Madison Heaver spoke with a local man who says he hasn't gotten his back yet 4 months after he filed. Madison.
That's right, Jen. Some people who filed their taxes on time still haven't received their refund, even after the state's deadline of June 1st to get it to them.
We have received hundreds of calls from taxpayers that have reached out to our office because they are not getting their income tax refunds from the Missouri Department of Revenue.
Phil Miller is one of many Missourians who haven't received their state income tax refund yet.
It had actually been so long that I almost forgot about it.
He says he's tried getting in contact with Missouri Department of Revenue, but it's extremely hard to get a hold of a real person to talk to.
It was almost impossible to get a hold of a human being and talk to them. Everything was automated. It was voicemail. It was go to our website. It was, go to our frequently asked questions. It was like they couldn't be bothered by, citizens that they, in essence, work for.
Missouri State Auditor Nicole Galloway says people just like Phil are reaching out to her office to hold the DOR accountable.
We want to know what's going on with the Department of Revenue so we can hold the Department of Revenue accountable for getting taxpayers their own refund back, their own money back.
Both Phil and Galloway say the deadline didn't creep up on the DOR.
It's not like this is something brand new that got dumped on them.
Tax time comes at the same time every year. Department of Revenue knows that they're going to have to process refunds and get people their money in 45 days or give them interest. And it is really concerning that this so-called system glitch is causing so many issues for taxpayers.
The DOR cites a new system causing the backup of refunds.
What we're hearing from taxpayers is that there's an issue with the Department of Revenue's system. They can't get answers. It looks like their refunds were supposed to be issued months ago, and they are still waiting.
And we did reach out to the DOR, multiple times. We eventually got an emailed response saying, quote, on November 13th, the department did go live with a new integrated system, a once-in-a-generation upgrade to decades-old system that was no longer efficient. Anytime you bring a new system online, you can expect some growing pains. However, despite that, we have issued 92% of refunds that we had issued this time last year under the old system. Now, we have not received any update to when the people who haven't received their refunds will be getting them.
All right, thanks, Madison. Well, new tonight at 9, City Council will hear several ordinances tomorrow night. One of them is a bill regarding payday loans in Springfield. The ordinance would require short-term loans to apply for a permit with the city before opening for business, and they will have to display the permit on the premises. The business would also be required to provide customers with information about alternatives to short-term loans. If passed, the public would then vote on a registration fee of $5,000 to be renewed annually. Council will also have the first reading of the Tobacco 21 Act, which prohibits the sale of any tobacco product, including vaping devices, to anyone under 21. Also on the agenda, rezoning 5 acres on West Division Street, and this is where a new Eden Village is planned. Another bill would allow an agreement with the Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau of $3.7 million to promote travel and tourism in the city of Springfield, and more than $90,000 for the Greater Springfield Sports Commission to promote attraction of promoting sporting events here, and a resolution requiring property owners' consent before designating a historic site. Also coming up at the City Council meeting tomorrow, pay raises. If passed, they would give several city groups pay raises between 1% and 5%. Those include some police officers, depending on their position and tenure. The news leader reports these improvements are designed to help recruit new employees, reward long-term commitment, and give people opportunities to advance in their careers. 2 different traffic safety programs, both involving ribbons, will help police officers give more assistance to citizens with autism or ASD and post-traumatic stress disorder. The Christian County Sheriff's Office recently implemented the ribbon program for traffic safety. Our Frances Lynn tells us how this program got started.
A few months ago, a Christian County deputy stopped a car with a passenger suffering from autism.
The deputy made the stop, the right front passenger jumped out of the vehicle and ran out into the roadway and laid down in the roadway, which obviously created a huge issue for life and safety of the deputy and the individual in the roadway.
Sheriff Brad Cole with the Christian County Sheriff's Office says this incident is what made the department start this program.
At that time, we realized that we had something that we might be able to do to minimize those issues.
2 different window ribbon stickers, one representing ASD, the other PTSD.
It's basically an early warning alert to that deputy that you know, we have things that we can do to help with less stress on the people that may be in that vehicle.
Cole says these stickers are strategically placed to be easy to spot when pulling someone over, and officers can do certain things to minimize stressors during this traffic stop.
Simple things like turning our red and blue flashing lights off on the front of our light bar after stopping a vehicle sometimes creates a better environment for somebody that might suffer from one of these conditions.
Sheriff Cole says reducing stressors also allows the officers to communicate better with them.
Letting them know that we care and we understand that there's a condition and we're prepared to deal with it. Our deputies are trained for those situations.
If you or someone you know is suffering from these conditions, ribbons are available at the Christian County Sheriff's Office.
We will actually install them on the back windows of the cars for them in the proper placement where they need to be. That way the deputy can see them immediately during a traffic stop and know what needs to be done.
That was our Francis Lynn reporting in medical coverage tonight. If you're planning on applying for a medical marijuana card, you will have the chance to turn your application in a bit earlier than expected. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services says it's running ahead of schedule. They're opening up the online application system 6 days earlier on June 28th. As a reminder, registration fees are $25 and in-home cultivation fees are $100. While applications are being accepted at the end of the month, no medical marijuana facilities will be licensed until next year. And we've had a little bit of a rainy weekend, but we should be gearing up for more rain later this week. Jamie?
Well, it looks like the pattern that we've had this weekend is the pattern that we're going to have going into at least the first half of this week. It's not going to rain the whole time, but we're certainly going to have these waves of storms. And it looks like we're going to see another round of that on Monday. I'll have your back to work forecast after this break.